really quick. Let's see. Sati is blue, and this is Isahara, which is relatively confusing. Stephano is red, rather than pink. Excuse me, please. I got a lot of stuff to jumble with here. Okay, Millennium Stephano, perfect. And then I can get rid of... Oh, man. Okay, this is confusing. Absolute Legends is blue. Oh, are we good? Oh, I think we're good. Okay. Now... We are live. We are live. No sound? Someone asked? No sound? Someone asked? I hope not. I hope there's sound. I can hear it. Hopefully y'all can hear it. In the top right hand location we have Sati, representing Absolute Legends. Does have an Isahara tag. I might do some research on that in a bit. Top left hand location, his opponent in the red, it is the Zerg player Stephano. He's currently put his team up 1-0. And again, this is my first time casting this event, so it's a learning process for both of us. The prize pool looks like it's $4,000. And let's see here. The sponsors of this event, Logitech and Hotkey. So shout out to them. Go buy something from Logitech. There's also a 30% discount on Logitech gear. SC2SL.com to find out more information about that. And let's see here. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, so it is a best of 7. It is a best of 7. Let me change the overlay to reflect that. All right, add text. There it is. Again, this is the beginning part of the game. Nothing terribly important going on. Best of 7. It's like we're in Ireland. Ha! Just kidding. Best of 7. I'm not sure how many people even saw that, considering how small that text is. All right. Oh, actually, there's some interesting stuff going on here. 2 racks opening from Sati. I'm not terribly surprised by this. And the question is, will Stephano see this? Is he counting these SCVs? Now, something that could kind of tell that this is going on is the supply depot. With that supply depot not on the wall, not a part of the wall, that implies 2 racks, kind of. Because one thing you can consider is, okay, he doesn't have a supply depot at his wall. Is it going to be 2 racks at his wall? Is he putting them both at his natural expansion, which some players like to do because you can transition out of it by expanding and just adding on a third barracks? But Sati coming forward with an SCV spawning pool. Looks like it's relatively late. Probably after hatch, I think. No gas just yet for Stephano either. He's pulling some drones to transfer over. And has he seen... I think he went to the watchtower, saw that this is going on. So he has to have phenomenal micro here. Can Stephano hold this 2 racks from Sati? Needs to target down this SCV. Actually, he's targeting down the bunker. And he's going to be able to kill that. It was canceled. But Absolute Legends. Sati does have a Marine. And 2 more SCVs coming forward here. Stephano has 8 Lings in production as well as 2 Queens. Nice surround there from Stephano. Taking down 1 SCV and backing away. Another cancel happening from Sati. Going to add down another bunker. More Marines reinforcing across the map. He is producing nothing but Marines at this point in time. Also adding in some SCVs as well. So he could transition out of this. But now the Lings are on the field from Stephano. And Sati is on the run. Keep in mind he can halt here and attack. And Stephano doesn't want to lose too many Lings. No, he's just throwing away his Lings right here. Okay, backing him up. That's fine. Doesn't want to engage that. Now, it's interesting. Some of you might not have noticed that. But this grass, it prevents vision. So what Sati did is he went past the grass and then stopped his Marines. Why this is good? Well, the Lings from Stephano, they don't know the Marine stop, so they'll just coming forward. They'll just continue coming forward here, and not, you know, and then Sati can try to get Stephano to overcommit because Stephano can't see all the Marines on the other side of the grass. Okay, sorry. Sorry that was so hard to get out, but Spine Crawler going to finish here, and that should be plenty enough for Stephano. So Stephano doing a great job holding this off. I don't think those Marines can slip by here. Oh no, don't lose that Overlord. You don't want to lose that Overlord. That is definitely an unfortunate situation for Stephano. He is supply blocked, building 2 Overlords immediately. Stephano repositioning. Not a bad idea. I like it. All right, behind this, Absolute Legend Sati is going to be expanding and taking really fast second gas behind this, or 2 gases. Of course, this will enable him to get stim a little bit faster. Might imply a factory choice, but I don't think so. He does have 3 racks on the field, so might do the same sort of thing that Nama tried to do in the last game. And oh no, 30 HP on that Overlord. Gotta be careful with that. Gotta be careful. I had a feeling I was like explaining something before that 2 racks happened. This is the SC2SL, the StarCraft 2 Survivor League. This is a best of 7 between Millennium and Absolute Legends. For those of you just now tuning in, thank you for taking a part of your Sunday morning to watch these phenomenal matches that should be happening. In match number 1, we saw Stephano play Nama. Nama had a pretty ferocious 2-base push, and as someone in the chat said, a little bit questionable decision-making in regards to what he was targeting. He was targeting a lot of buildings. Maybe go straight for the middle line, target drones. Maybe target the same things. All of his units were attacking a bunch of different things. But Stephano able to hold. Very impressive hold from Stephano. Got a lot of roaches on the field, a lot of speedlings as well. And Nama tried over and over again to break Stephano, but he would not break. No, he wouldn't. And Stephano took game number 1. So Absolute Legends selecting Sati to represent their team in this game number 2 of this best of 7 between these two teams. Now, again, about the format. If a player gets knocked out that you absolutely adore, like, for example, Nama, he's knocked out. In most team leagues, he'd be out. He'd be out forever. But in this team league, in the StarCraft 2 Survivor League, he can come back. Oh, he can come back. He's not done. He went to his grave, but that doesn't mean... Actually, he can come back as a zombie. How about that? But when he comes back, there's no restrictions. However, I guess being a zombie, would that be a restriction? You'd be a lot stronger, but obviously you wouldn't have a mind. So, I think that would be a restriction. But, hold that thought. Stephano making a lot of units here. I keep wanting to explain the epicness. Okay, if a player you like gets knocked out, stick around because you can vote him back in. That's the way this league works. If you want him back in, if you're like, hey, I want him to have another chance, you can vote him back in to this team war, to this team league, and he can have another chance. Hold that thought, though. Stephano advancing to the natural expansion of his opponent, leading with the Baneling's going to explode into that barracks, going to knock it down, but there's a lot of Marines there. Ling spewing inside as well. One more Baneling here does get taken out. Sati can advance up the ramp. He still has so many Marines here. I don't think this is going to work from Stephano. Behind this 14 drones, so he doesn't think so either. Was all of that investment worth it? Into that bust? Took down a barracks. Took down some Marines. Some of the SCVs fell. Oh, God. Can y'all hear that? Okay, I don't think you can. 49 to 37 is the Harvester's count in favor of Stephano. Workers killed, 7. So, I guess Stephano did drone pretty hard behind that. Just going for a little bit of a timing push. I think I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm going to be okay with that, but what do I know? I'm just a commentator. Sati wanting to do some counterattack action here, which is generally a good idea whenever you clean up your entire opponent's army, because generally they're going to drone behind it before getting more units out. So Sati trying to hit as fast as he can. There are 2 queens up here and a spine crawler. 10 more lings in production, 5 roaches. +1/+1 just now starting for Stephano. Marines do have stim, and they are going to stim forward here, trying to kite away from these lings. Stephano trying to take the high ground advantage here. 2 medevacs able to heal up those Marines quite comfortably. Stephano doesn't have enough to straight up engage this off creep, so still going to take advantage of that high ground, making more and more lings in that production tab. Layer on the way, and look at this. Sati might just load up and go to the main. I like this decision, but Stephano on top of it. He's tracking it down. He's like, hey, man, don't even try it. I'm going to be waiting. Every time one of your Marines drops out of your medevacs, I'm going to slaughter it with my roach. Acid saliva. Acid saliva. Acid saliva. That is what it's called. Gas taken over here from Stephano. Probably trying to keep that drone alive. I like it. Probably went over to take this third, but the Marine was there to stop it. So he made that into an extractor just to keep it alive. A-okay with that decision. But the lack of this third is kind of hurting Stephano right now. Look at his money. Way up there. And Stephano going to try to engage this. Has plenty of lings and roaches, but the art of having medevacs is that you can just load up and fly away. Fly away. Marine getting taken out at the third, so Stephano can move down to take that. Yeah, Stephano did add a macro hatch. Where is his third queen? Where are you? Might consider getting a queen for this hatchery. I don't see it as of right now. I could be blind. Stephano throwing away some lings here, and Sati is not done with his push. He has tanks in his composition now, and Stephano hasn't really teched too much. He's still on Ling Roach. 1-1 sure is on the way, almost done. But Infestation Pit just now went down. Sati has had this third for a little bit, dropping mules down there. And does Sati have siege mode? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, no. Oh, he forgot it, so he's just now starting it. Oh, that's... I hate when that happens. And now Stephano is going for it. Siege mode not done, so tank forced to just chill. What I would do here is lift some Marines, put them on the high ground maybe. That'd be pretty cute. But Stephano getting a nice surround here. It looks like he's going to clean up this entire army. Sati going to pick up what he can and get out of there. Saves the tank. This is not going to live. He needs to lift this off and get out of here. There's no way this will work. There's no way Stephano won't deny this third, I don't think, unless Sati does something absolutely crazy, which it doesn't look like he's really capable of right now. There we go, dropping some units on the high ground. Very fancy indeed. Sati retreating back all of his units to his natural expansion, trying to stem what units he has to deal with this ferocious push from Stephano. Stephano running right by into the main. No wall here. Nothing to protect this middle line that Stephano no doubt is going to go directly for. Stephano overwhelming his opponent with all of his Zerg units, swarming his opponent's main and natural expansion. What does Sati do from here? Trying to recover, trying to take out these units from Stephano, but Stephano, keep in mind, he has 2-2 up behind this, making 6 infestors. Pathogen glands is almost done. So many Zerg units still alive in the main base of Sati from Absolute Legends. Finally, he's going to clean it up. His orbital command does survive, dangerously low in health, down to 100 HP. He needs to get some SCVs over to repair this. Where are your SCVs? All right, there's one SCV. One hero SCV could come repair this right on time. So that orbital command is going to survive. However, Stephano behind this, getting that third down and done and ready to go. 62 harvesters on the field, should probably transfer some drones over there or rally all of his hatcheries to that third middle line and spam that D button. Stephano going up to Hive. Is there a Spire on the way, or is this just for 3-3 as of right now? I don't see a Spire. So, Stephano wanting to continue, I should say, with his upgrades. He is at 2-2 right now, wants to go up to 3-3. Very fast. And that's going to time out pretty well. Sure, 2-2 is going to finish right now. He's going to have to wait a little bit to start the 3-3, but Stephano way on top of his upgrades. How are Sati's? 1-1. Where's his 2-2? No, hasn't yet started 2-2. Doesn't have the minerals, doesn't have the gas quite yet. Once he gets his third saturated, maybe gets one gas down. He doesn't really need that one gas. Could saturate this one. But again, when you're favoring the bio play, you don't need as much gas versus if you're going pure mech. Alright, so Stephano definitely ahead right now. 72 to 45 harvesters. That's quite ridiculous. Quite ridiculous indeed. Look at that, 112 to 107 though in the supply count for Sati. But then again, we got some infestors here from Stephano. We got some infestors here. Infestors, you know, when considering supply versus supply, infestors can be so cost efficient if controlled correctly. And Stephano has darn good infestor control. Sati trying to clear out some creep here, dropping down some scans, and Stephano going to try to engage this. Keep in mind, siege mode has finished, something that Sati did not have in his last engagement. Stephano, is he going to wait for 3-3? Probably. He's going to wait for all this stuff before engaging again. Might try to take a fourth up here, or down here I should say, or right here. I don't think that creep tumor is blocking it. The question is, will Sati push before all of this stuff finishes? Because that could be quite strong. Because that's a lot of investment right now into tech, into stuff that's not necessarily paying for itself just yet. And of course, those are the best times when to push if you're playing a player that is, of course, researching those upgrades. But 3 ultras on the way for Stephano. Are there any marauders on the field for Sati? I don't think so. No, there's not. Exclusively Marines, tanks, and medevacs here in the unit composition of his opponent. And look at this, I love it. Gonna load some tanks on the high ground here. Super cool play. Love to see it. Has some over here as well. So, Sati taking advantage of the map terrain. The fact remains, though, 6 ultras are on the way for Stephano. 3-3 is about halfway done. Chitinous plating, that's halfway done as well. So Stephano's army about to get incredibly scary. 18 larvae able to use here. Gonna keep injecting so he can remax whenever he wants. Sending 1 ultra over, and Stephano looks like he might go for it, trying to tank some of that tank fire with the ultralisk, leading forward with the links as well, throwing some infested Terrans on the high ground. Infestors need to come forward to throw down those fungal growths. Sati trying to microwave as best as he can, trying to kite against these powerful links, against these powerful ultralisks, and I don't think he has enough. Stephano might end up cleaning up the front end of this army, but Absolute Legend Sati able to deny this the fourth at the bottom side of the map with a bunch of Marines and a couple medevacs. Stephano forced to pull some units back to deal with that. Infested Terrans feeling incredibly lonely on the high ground before exploding into a million pieces. Sati continued to advance up the map, denied this fourth, and that is huge. Stephano still stuck on 3 bases right now, and that's not where you want to be at this point in the game when your opponent is on 3 bases. Stephano needs to get that fourth up and running. There were medevacs over here. Here they are. They're going to try to deny this again. Is it going to work? Stephano bringing some links forward here does not want this happening. That's what's so good about this map for Terran. There's a lot of airspace to work with. Sati at the same time pushing forward the middle of the map. Stephano is getting spread out a little bit here. Has to deal with the drop at the bottom and this main army advancing up the middle of the map. Sati dropping more tanks on the high ground. How do you deal with that? That is incredibly difficult to deal with. Stephano adding on 4 more infestors. Doesn't have a lot of production capability here. Sati, where did all his Marines go? Oh, they're in the 3rd. They're trying to take out some of those drones. Stephano bringing back all of his army here, and Sati going to try to take advantage of this and get some unit positioning. Dropping in the main base as well. Sati is absolutely everywhere with all of his units, trying to do as much as he can. Stephano is going to engage in the middle of the map, throwing down a bunch of infested Terrans surrounding those Marines. Ultras left with, like, nothing to do. And Sati has so much stuff continuing to reinforce. His Marines are now 2-2. But Stephano, 5-3 Ultras. 3-3 Zergling's going to be engaging once again. Does he have enough here to clean up this army from Sati? Needs to throw those infested Terrans on the high ground. That's exactly what he's going to do. 1 Ultra getting dangerously low on health. 4, though, very, very strong indeed. And Stephano looks like he is going to clean up this army. Also getting his 4th down in the process. There is a drop in the main base. That's going to be dealt with quite easily from Stephano. Crazy multitasking here from both of these players, trying to spread each other apart as much as they can. Income 64-55. Sati catching up in that regard. APM, that's what I want to look at. Nope, that's the music. Oh man. Is it control? Oh gosh. Alright, I'm going to have to click. I'm such a noob. Control V. Pushing against each other there. Identical APM, hilariously enough. Stephano going for another engagement here with all the Lings and Ultras and Infestors. Again, throwing the Infested Terrans on the high ground to try to get that vision, to try to get rid of those tanks. Not a lot of creep here to work with for Stephano, but he's going to have enough. So many Lings, so many Ultras doing so much damage to the army of Sati. Sati trying to micro away as best as he can. He's running out of units, running out of supply down to 100, trying to produce 7 Marines, 3 Mirages, 2 tanks, but they're not going to come out in time. Stephano reinforcing with nothing but units at this point in time. Wants to kill his opponent right here, right now, and he has enough to do it. So many Ultras still alive. So many Infestors, Lings, wreaking havoc absolutely everywhere. A lot in production as well. And there's the GG from Sati. So Stephano refusing to go down in the SC2SL. Taking a 2-0 victory for Stephano. Keep in mind, he did defeat Nama in game number